Are you over 50 and eating tomatoes every day? You might think you're doing your body a favor. But here's the surprising truth. Pairing tomatoes with the wrong foods could actually be one of the biggest mistakes for your prostate health. Tomatoes are packed with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that research has linked to prostate support. But when combined with certain everyday foods, that benefit can backfire. Instead of helping, the wrong combinations can irritate your prostate, increase inflammation, and leave you waking up 4, 5, even 6 times a night just to use the bathroom. The scary part, most men have no idea. They believe the more tomatoes, the better. They pile them onto pizza, burgers, or pasta without realizing those meals may be fueling the very symptoms that keep them up at night. In this video, I'll reveal the 3 foods you should never mix with tomatoes if you want to keep your prostate healthy after 50. And just as important, I'll show you the safe replacements so you can still enjoy your favorite meals without paying the price. Stay tuned because what you learn today could completely change the way you eat tomatoes. Tomatoes really are one of the most powerful foods you can put on your plate. They're loaded with lycopene, a natural compound that's been studied for its ability to support prostate health, reduce oxidative stress, and even lower the risk of certain long-term issues. That's why so many doctors encourage men to include tomatoes in their diet, whether fresh, cooked, or in sauces. But here's the catch. It's not just about the tomatoes themselves. What you eat with them makes all the difference. Pair tomatoes with the wrong foods, and you can block your body from absorbing lycopene, irritate your bladder, and fuel the very inflammation you're trying to reduce. Think about it. Pizza dripping with cheese, a juicy burger stacked with tomato slices, or a plate of pasta with red sauce and a glass of wine. They taste amazing. But for men over 50, these combinations may quietly be working against you. Over time, they can contribute to nighttime bathroom trips, restless sleep, and more pressure on your prostate. That's why in this video, we'll break down the 3 common foods you should never mix with tomatoes if you want to protect your prostate. More importantly, I'll show you the smart swaps, foods you can combine with tomatoes that enhance their benefits instead of canceling them out. If you're tired of waking up at night or worried about your prostate health, this information is for you. Stick around until the end, because once you understand these combinations, you'll never look at your plate the same way again. Think about pizza night. A thick layer of cheese melted over tomato sauce, bubbling hot from the oven, or a plate of creamy pasta with marinara, finished off with a snowfall of Parmesan. These dishes are staples in American kitchens. They're comforting, familiar, and for many of us, hard to resist. But when it comes to prostate health, this combination of tomatoes and dairy is quietly one of the worst meals you can choose. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that researchers have linked to prostate support. The problem comes when you combine them with dairy. Proteins in milk and cheese, especially casein, interfere with how your body absorbs lycopene. So while you think you're eating a prostate-friendly food, much of its benefit never reaches your system. Instead of flowing through your bloodstream to calm inflammation, much of that lycopene gets wasted. Dairy brings other problems too. It can stimulate the release of growth factors that place added stress on the prostate. Pair that with the natural acidity of tomatoes, and you've got a recipe for irritation. Many men who eat cheesy, tomato-heavy meals regularly notice more nighttime urgency, a weaker stream, and the constant feeling that their bladder isn't empty. What feels like a satisfying dinner often leads to a restless night. The good news is you don't need to give up tomatoes, or even your favorite Italian dishes. You just need to be smarter about the pairings. Lycopene is absorbed best when combined with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. That means swapping out dairy is more than just removing an irritant. It actively makes the tomatoes more effective. Drizzle extra virgin olive oil on your pasta instead of cream sauce, and you'll help your body draw more from the lycopene. If you love pizza, there are easy ways to make it friendlier for your prostate. Choose a thin crust, pile on vegetables, keep the tomato sauce, but swap heavy cheese for lighter toppings. Plant-based cheese alternatives made from nuts or seeds can give you the creamy texture without the casein. Nutritional yeast is another option. It has a savory, cheesy flavor and pairs beautifully with tomato sauce. For salads, skip the creamy dressings and try simple vinaigrettes with olive oil and lemon. These swaps not only cut down on irritation, but also enhance nutrient absorption. What happens when you make these changes is noticeable. Instead of waking up multiple times at night, men often report sleeping more soundly. Instead of dealing with that constant pressure in the bladder, they feel lighter and more comfortable. And instead of canceling out the benefits of tomatoes, they're finally unlocking them. Studies have shown that when tomatoes are cooked with olive oil, lycopene absorption skyrockets compared to when they're combined with dairy. That translates into less inflammation, better support for your prostate, and fewer interruptions during the night. So the next time you sit down to eat, remember this: tomatoes themselves aren't the problem. They remain one of the most protective foods you can put on your plate. The issue is what you eat alongside them. By rethinking the way you build your meals, choosing olive oil instead of cheese, lighter toppings instead of heavy ones, you can still enjoy the foods you love while giving your prostate the protection it needs. Now let's turn to another classic combination: tomatoes paired with red meat. Picture a juicy burger layered with a fresh tomato slice, or a hearty plate of spaghetti and meatballs smothered in tomato sauce. For many men, these are weekly staples, comfort foods that feel hearty and satisfying. But when you look at what's happening inside the body, this pairing can quietly create problems for your prostate. Tomatoes by themselves bring antioxidants like lycopene, which help fight inflammation. Red meat, on the other hand, is high in saturated fat and certain proteins that, when combined with the acidity of tomatoes, can form harmful compounds called nitrosamines. These compounds have been studied for their potential link to inflammation and cellular damage. Instead of supporting prostate health, this combination may actually add to the pressure and irritation you're already feeling. It doesn't stop there. A diet heavy in red meat has been associated with higher levels of inflammation and hormonal imbalance, both of which can worsen prostate symptoms. Add tomatoes into the mix, and the meal that should have been protective ends up working against you. Many men notice after a burger and fries night or a heavy Italian dinner with meat sauce that their nights are more restless, with more frequent bathroom trips and less refreshing sleep. The important point here isn't that you must cut tomatoes out. It's that the meat is the problem. Tomatoes deliver their best benefits when they're combined with lighter proteins and healthier fats. Instead of a beef burger, try a ground turkey patty with tomato slices, lettuce, and avocado. You'll get the satisfaction of a classic sandwich, but without the heavy inflammatory load of red meat. For pasta, swap the meatballs for grilled salmon or chickpeas. The lycopene in the tomato sauce will combine beautifully with omega-3s from fish or the plant-based proteins from legumes, giving your body nutrients that work together rather than against each other. When you make these changes, the difference is real. Instead of waking up 3 or 4 times a night, men often report that their sleep improves, their energy feels more stable during the day, and the constant sense of bladder pressure starts to ease. That's not because of a single magic ingredient, but because the food combinations are finally aligned with the body's natural needs. Research continues to show that men who reduce red meat and replace it with poultry, fish, or plant proteins experience lower levels of prostate-related discomfort. And when those proteins are combined with antioxidant-rich foods like tomatoes, the benefits multiply. You're not just avoiding harm, you're actively supporting better health. So the next time you're about to fire up the grill or twirl spaghetti onto your fork, think about what protein you're pairing with those tomatoes. By making a smarter choice, you can still enjoy your favorite meals while giving your prostate less strain and more support. Picture a candlelit dinner, a plate of spaghetti topped with rich tomato sauce and a glass of red wine by its side. Or maybe it's a weekend cookout where you sip a beer while enjoying burgers with fresh tomato slices. These pairings are so common that few people think twice about them. But for men over 50, mixing tomatoes with alcohol can quietly create one of the most uncomfortable combinations for your prostate and bladder. Alcohol on its own already poses challenges. It dehydrates the body, disrupts hormone balance, and increases inflammation. Add tomatoes, which are naturally acidic, into the mix, and you've got a perfect storm. That acidity, combined with alcohol, can irritate the bladder lining, making it more sensitive and overactive. The result? More frequent urges to urinate, weaker flow, and nights interrupted by multiple trips to the bathroom. Many men chalk this up to just getting older, but the truth is that the combination of alcohol and tomato-heavy meals is often the real culprit. A plate of lasagna with a glass of wine may feel indulgent in the moment, but it can lead to a restless night with poor sleep and a groggy morning. There's also the issue of how alcohol impacts hormones. Regular drinking can lower testosterone and raise estrogen levels, shifts that are linked to prostate growth. When you pile tomatoes on top of that, you're not canceling out the problem, you're amplifying it. What should be a nutrient-rich food becomes part of a meal that leaves your prostate under more strain. So what can you do instead? You don't have to give up enjoying meals with tomatoes, but think about swapping the drink in your glass. Instead of wine with spaghetti, try green tea. Instead of beer with burgers, try sparkling water with lemon or pomegranate juice. Green tea in particular is a powerful partner for tomatoes. It's rich in antioxidants called catechins, which, like lycopene, have been studied for their ability to support prostate health. Pairing green tea with tomato-based meals gives your body a double boost of protective compounds, instead of piling on irritation. Making this shift can lead to meaningful changes. Men who cut back on alcohol and replace it with healthier drinks often notice that their nighttime bathroom trips decrease, their sleep quality improves, and their overall energy feels steadier. The prostate simply functions better when it's not being irritated by alcohol and acid at the same time. It's not about eliminating pleasure. It's about making choices that give you the same satisfaction without the side effects. You can still enjoy pasta, pizza, or a summer barbecue with tomatoes front and center. Just change what you're drinking alongside them. So the next time you pour a glass to go with your meal, pause for a second. Ask yourself whether that choice is helping your body recover and stay balanced, or whether it's setting you up for another restless night. By choosing smarter pairings, you can keep the foods you love while giving your prostate a chance to stay calm and supported. By now, you've seen how the wrong pairings with tomatoes, dairy, red meat, and alcohol can quietly undo the very benefits you're trying to get. But here's the good news. There are also golden combinations where tomatoes actually work better, delivering more of their protective nutrients and giving your prostate real support. Let's look at 3 of the best. The first is tomatoes with olive oil. Lycopene, the antioxidant in tomatoes, is fat-soluble, which means your body absorbs it better when eaten with healthy fats. A drizzle of extra virgin olive oil over cooked tomatoes doesn't just taste incredible, it unlocks more of the lycopene, helping it circulate in your body where it can reduce inflammation and protect prostate tissue. The second is tomatoes with broccoli. This might sound unusual, but studies suggest that the compounds in broccoli, especially sulforaphane, work synergistically with lycopene. Together, they have a stronger effect than either food alone. A simple stir-fry or roasted mix of broccoli and tomatoes can be a powerful side dish for any meal. The third is tomatoes with salmon. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which fight inflammation and improve circulation. When combined with the antioxidants in tomatoes, you're getting a meal that supports both cardiovascular and prostate health. A baked salmon fillet topped with a tomato-based sauce is more than just delicious. It's a strategic choice for long-term wellness. To make this real, let me share a story. Tom, a 62-year-old retired teacher, used to love pizza with extra cheese and a glass of wine. Over the years, he started waking up 4 or 5 times a night to use the bathroom. When his doctor suggested dietary changes, Tom was skeptical, but he gave it a try. He swapped pizza nights for salmon with tomato salsa, added olive oil to his salads, and started eating roasted broccoli with tomato sauce. Within 6 weeks, he noticed the difference. He was waking up less often, sleeping more deeply, and feeling more energized in the mornings. The lesson here is simple. It's not about cutting out tomatoes. It's about combining them wisely. Choose partners like olive oil, broccoli, and salmon, and you'll amplify the benefits instead of canceling them out. So let's bring this all together. If you're over 50 and eating tomatoes every day, you're on the right track, but only if you combine them wisely. As we've seen, pairing tomatoes with cheese, red meat, or alcohol can quietly sabotage their benefits. These meals may taste great, but over time, they can irritate your bladder, fuel inflammation, and leave you waking up night after night. The good news is you don't have to give up tomatoes. By making a few smart swaps, you can still enjoy your favorite foods while protecting your prostate. Use olive oil instead of heavy cheese, choose lean proteins like fish or beans instead of red meat, and swap wine or beer for green tea or sparkling water. And don't forget those golden combinations, tomatoes with olive oil, broccoli, or salmon, that actually make lycopene more powerful. Here's what I want you to do next. Think about your own diet. Which of these problem combinations do you eat most often? And which of the golden pairings are you excited to try? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear it. To make this even easier, I've created a free tomato health guide that lists the 3 food pairings to avoid, the 3 golden combinations to use, and a few simple meal ideas you can start with right away. To get your copy, just type the word tomato in the comments and I'll send you the link. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe. In our next video, we'll cover 5 drinks that can be even more harmful to your prostate than coffee, so make sure you don't miss it.